Today, we're going to decode the secret language behind pretty much every painting, sculpture, and design you've ever laid eyes on. We're talking about the elements and principles of art.
You know that feeling when you're looking at a piece of art and it just works? Everything just feels balanced and, well, right? That's not an accident. That feeling is actually by design. Artists are using a deliberate visual language, and today, we're going to learn how to speak it.
And this whole language is built on two main ideas. The easiest way to think about it is like this. The elements of art are the basic ingredients an artist has to play with, and the principles of art, well, that's the recipe they follow to turn those ingredients into something amazing.
So let's start with our ingredients. The elements are the absolute fundamental building blocks. They're the raw materials that artists use to get an idea or a feeling out of their head and onto the canvas.
Now, you could probably break this down in a million ways, but we're going to focus on the 7 big ones, the core elements that really form the foundation for almost all visual art.
And here they are: line, shape, form, texture, space, color, and value. So let's break them down one by one.
First up, line. It seems so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. A line isn't just a mark on a page. It's literally the path of a moving point through space. And its character, whether it's thick, thin, curvy, jagged, that can define the edge of a whole object and even guide your eye through the artwork.
Now, when lines connect and enclose a space, they create a shape. And this brings us to a really important distinction: shape versus form. A shape is flat. It's two-dimensional, like a square on a piece of paper. But the second you give it depth, the second it becomes a cube that has height, width, and depth, well, now you're talking about form.
Okay, next, let's talk about how art feels. And I mean that literally, with texture. There are 2 kinds you need to know. Tactile texture is the real deal. You can actually touch a stone sculpture and feel how rough it is. But what's really cool is visual texture. That's the illusion, when an artist paints a surface so skillfully that you just know how it would feel if you could touch it.
Let's move on to space. In art, space is about more than just what's there. It's also about what isn't. Positive space is the main event. It's the subject of the artwork. But the negative space, that's the background, the area around the subject, is just as important. A clever artist knows how to use both to their advantage.
Color. Probably the most expressive and emotional element of them all. All it really is the light waves that bounce off an object and into our eyes. But it's so much more than just picking a pretty shade. See, color has 3 key properties that artists have to master.
And here they are: hue, intensity, and value. Hue is the easy one. It's just the name of the color: red, blue, green. Intensity is its punch. Is it a really vibrant, pure red, or is it a kind of dull, muted red? And value, well, that's just how light or dark the color is.
And let's just stick with value for a second, because it is crucial. This is all about light and shadow. When you add white to a color, you get a lighter tint. When you add black, you get a darker shade. It's this play between tints and shades that allows artists to create a sense of depth and realism.
Okay, so we have our ingredients. Now it's time for the recipe. The principles of art are all about how an artist actually uses those elements to create an effect and, get their point across. So let's kick things off with balance. Symmetrical balance is what you'd probably expect. It's like a mirror image. If you split the piece in half, both sides are basically the same. It feels very formal, very stable. But asymmetrical balance is often way more dynamic. That's when an artist uses different elements on each side that still feel balanced, like one big object on the left balanced by a few smaller objects on the right.
Contrast is all about creating that visual excitement by putting opposites right next to each other. We're talking light colors versus dark colors, smooth textures next to rough ones, or big shapes next to tiny ones. This is the artist's secret weapon for making certain things really pop.
And that leads us perfectly into emphasis. You see, every great piece of art has a focal point, a place your eye just naturally goes to first. Emphasis is the principle of creating that center of interest, of making sure the viewer looks exactly where the artist wants them to look.
Of course, a painting with only one interesting spot would be, well, pretty boring, and that's where variety comes in. By using a mix of different design elements, an artist keeps our attention and takes our eyes on a journey all around the artwork. It keeps things interesting.
Okay, now let's check out a few principles that are all about creating flow and harmony, about turning all those separate parts into one single cohesive piece.
These 3, rhythm, movement, and pattern, they're all deeply connected. It starts with pattern, which is just repeating an element over and over.
That repetition creates a kind of visual beat or rhythm, and that rhythm is what creates a sense of movement, pulling our eyes along a path through the art. Proportion is all about relationships, specifically how the sizes of different things relate to each other. When an artist nails the proportions, the whole piece just feels right. It's harmonious. It feels like every single part is exactly the right size for its role in the story. And all of this really is driving toward the ultimate goal: unity. Unity is that feeling of completeness. It's when every single element and every single principle is working together perfectly. Nothing feels weird or out of place. The entire artwork just sings as one cohesive statement.
So after all that, what we've really done is given you a new way of seeing. It's like a new lens for your eyes. From now on, you're not just looking at art, you're actually reading its language.
And that's so important to remember. Great art isn't just about what's on the surface. It's about the language it's using to communicate something directly to you.
So I guess the only question left is, now that you know the language, what will you see differently?
Don't forget to like the video
And share and subscribe for more artistic insights.
because your appreciation keeps us motivated.